Hi everyone, so I hope you enjoyed the first half of Shampoozel by Lawrence Anholt. Just coming on to read you the second half, see what happens. So, we finished off with grabbing a last handful of herbs. Dan leapt over the wall and headed down the hill to the town. He found Tam in her bedroom, wearing a paper bag on her head, and he poured out the story of his terrifying brush with the bad hair witch. But Tam was barely listening. She seized the wonderful herbs, crushed them, and began to lather her scalp. As if by magic, Tam's hair turned into a glorious mass of glossy curls which seemed to flow in slow motion when she tossed her head. Tamati was cured. She tore downstairs into the sunny shop, and as Dan shaved the bristly early morning customers, Tam happily set to work beside him, sweeping up the fallen curls and locks. That very week, Tam and Dan were married, and the whole town joined them in this glorious hymn. Hair, hair, magnificent hair, it can grow down below in your underwear. It grows on your chest like a big woolly nest. Hair, hair, hair. Before a year was out, the couple's happiness was complete. A beautiful baby daughter was born, and after much thought, they called her, I wonder if you can guess, Shampoozel. In that happy, hairy world, not one thought was given to the bad hair witch. Don't get in my hair now. But the bad hair witch had forgotten nothing. High in her tower, she worked day and night on her most amazing invention yet. Something all barbers dream of. A marvellous, magical, hair-growing lotion. Guess which witch will be rich, she sniggered. All I need is a helpless, hairless baby to test my invention. Wonder what baby she's going to use. I'm sure you can remember. And so the bad hair day dawned. The bell at the little barber shop tinkled cruelly as the bad hair witch burst inside. "Give me the child!" she shrieked. "Have you got an appointment?" said Tam. "Let's see, I could fit you in on, Thursday?" "You don't understand, you fools. I need to test my new improved formula. Ultimate 2-in-1 hair-growing lotion." "Leave Shampoozel alone," pleaded Tam. "You cannot try out your hair-brained inventions on our child." Ignoring the tears of the unfortunate couple, the bad hair witch seized Shampoozel and carried her back to the tower. To make sure the precious child would never be taken from her, the hair witch bricked up the front door behind them. As the days passed, the bad hair witch grew to love the baby and looked after her as if she were her own. She would sing as she washed the infant's hair. "No more tears, baby Shampoozel. My magic shampoo is very unusual." And day by day, as Shampoozel grew, her hair grew too, in great long golden locks which tumbled across the floor, down the stairs, into the kitchen, under the dog, round the back of the fridge, and back upstairs again. Wow, that's really long. "Hair, hair, hair," cackled the bad hair witch. "Look at all of your beautiful golden hair." Sometimes hairy Shampoozel remembered her parents' little barber shop in town far below. Now that their daughter had gone, Dan and Tam worked sadly and never sang anymore. And so, one by one, the customers went elsewhere. Years passed, and as Shampoozel grew into a young woman, the bad hair witch taught her the secret art of the hairdresser. Wash your hair and keep it sweet. Lather, rinse, repeat. Rub and comb and keep it neat. Lather, rinse, repeat. Together, the Bad Hair Witch and Shampoozel created new hair products which were more amazing than anyone could have dreamed of. They became so famous, in fact, that a young prince by the name of Garibaldi heard about them from his home in a distant land. The prince, although handsome and wealthy, was as bold as a billiard ball. Prince Gary had tried one wig maker after another, but without satisfaction, so when he had finally heard about Ultimate 2-in-1 hair growing lotion, he set out straight away, and after many days arrived at the tower. Of course, even a prince cannot enter a tower without a door, so Prince Gary concealed himself beneath the walls, and after a while he saw an amazing thing. I wonder what it was. Can you try and guess what it might be? What did he see? The Bad Hair Witch appeared at the window with her shopping bag. All of a sudden, a great mass cascaded to the ground. The witch slid down it and set off towards the town. "I suppose that's what they call a hair slide," whispered Prince Gary in amazement. Half an hour later, the old lady returned with her shopping and called out, "Shampoozel, Shampoozel, let down your hair so I can climb to the top of your long, hairy stair." Shampoozel let down her locks again, and the old woman scrambled back up the tower. Garibaldi was no fool, and the next time the old woman went out, the prince stood below the window himself and called, "Shampoozel, Shampoozel, your hair is so curly, let it hang down now, be a good girlie." To his delight, a great coil of hair tumbled to the ground. He seized it and began to boldly go where no man had gone before. The prince scrambled into Shampoozel's room, and when his royal eyes fell on the lovely Shampoozel, he was captivated by her hairness. He leaned towards her and kissed her ruby red lips. There and then Shampoozel and the prince fell in love. Gary told her that he adored her limitless locks and how he would love to have some of his own. To his amazement, Shampoozel replied that she had grown tired of her hair. "It don't half hurt when people climb up it," she complained, "and it takes a week to wash." Wow, can you imagine if your hair took a week to wash? By then, to the prince's joy, Shampoozel pulled out a tiny bottle of Ultimate 2-in-1 hair growing lotion and began to massage his shiny scalp. Almost immediately, a single hair popped out of the prince's head. The first hair was followed by a second and a third, and within 10 minutes the prince had a mass of golden curls snaking down his back, nearly as long as Shampoozel's. Garibaldi seized Shampoozel and danced with joy. "My prince, you must wash and go," whispered Shampoozel. She brushed a few stray hairs from his collar, and with one final kiss the prince climbed down Shampoozel's hair and slipped away into the shadows. It wasn't long before the Bad Hair Witch returned. "Shampoozel, Shampoozel, don't make me shout, let down your hair, girl, don't hang about." As soon as she entered the salon, the witch spotted Garibaldi's little crown, which Shampoozel had left hanging on the coat hook. The witch was furious, and after a terrible argument, stormed into her bedroom, leaving Shampoozel weeping pitifully. The prince, meanwhile, had decided that, witch or no witch, he had to see Shampoozel again. He stood at the foot of the tower and whispered, "Shampoozel, Shampoozel, here is your prince. Throw down your pigtail, my hair needs a rinse." Immediately, a long lock of hair curled out of the window and tumbled to the ground. But just as the prince was about to climb up, he saw a figure sliding down. Who do you think it might be? It was Shampoozel. I don't know why I didn't think of this before, she said. All that stupid hair. I snipped it off and tied it to the bed. Then I slid down to you. At last we have escaped from the bad hair witch. That was a close shave, replied Gary, softly stroking her silky stubble. Come on, let's really let our hair down. So Shampoozel and her hairy prince ran away to the castle, but she didn't forget her parents, Dandruff and Tamati. Although they were rich, Shampoozel and Garibaldi liked to work in Dan's shop on Saturdays. Before long, the barber's shop was once again the busiest in the land. It's amazing how the customers keep coming back, laughed Dan. And it was true. Some of the customers seemed to have as many as 5 haircuts a day. Perhaps they just loved having their hair cut by Shampoozel, or perhaps the secret shampoo she uses had something to do with it. Or perhaps they had come for the endless happy songs which drift across the hairy town. High in her tower, even the bad hair witch joins in. Hair, hair, sensational hair. Shampoozel's the girl to share your hair care. She can give you a shave or a permanent wave. Hair, hair, hair. And that is the end of that story. I hope you enjoyed it, everybody, and I can come on another time and read you another one of Lawrence Anholt's stories, because as I said to you in the other video, they're actually part of a series, so I'll come on and read you another one of his stories soon. Bye.